Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Neo. This video is going to be a long one, so just stay with me. I promise it's gonna end up so freaking gorgeous. I am working on myself again. So I didn't have nails for about 2 weeks. I had to take them down for something, and I was dying. Like, oh my goodness, I hate the way my hands look without nails. But as you can see, I have the extendo nails out. We are going uber long. Like, these are the longest nails I've ever worn, and they're totally comfy. Like, I was typing a little bit earlier and was just like, oh my goodness, like it's not even bothering me. It is a slippery slope when you do your own nails because they just get longer and longer, but I'm so having fun with it. So as you can see, I'm sizing my left hand with these tips. These tips come in packs of 10. It is really annoying because, as you can see, there's so many left over. They don't fit every finger, so you often have to use 2 or 3 different packs to find a full set of 10. As you saw, I used 2 packs to find a set of 5 to fit one hand, but in other terms, I really love these tips. They're super thick, they're super long, so you can get any type of shape that you're wanting, but it takes some time to kind of work with them. So these tips have a full well on them, and I know that there was a ton of controversy about these tips this past summer, you know, whether it was a question of, you know, using them on the full nail. Full well tips are not a bad thing. If you go to nail school, you have to use full well tips on state board exams. It's just required. As you can see, I went in and actually clipped the tips. I personally don't enjoy a full well. I like no well, really, but even if there's a half well on the tip, most likely I just apply the tip to the tip of the fingernail. So that's what I did. I used the scissors just to clip most of that well off, and I'm just applying these tips to the very tip of my nails, my natural nails. These are super duper long, and I don't want majority of this tip covering my nail. I want there to be acrylic on the nail, so that's why I'm placing it on the very edge. Also, you can see I'm adding a ton of glue because they are so long. They're really hard to stick to. Most nail tips, you hold it on for a second or two and it's on there. So as you can see, I'm using my hurry up spray to kind of help speed the process up. Hurry up spray is really great. I will link that on in the cards for you, I mean down below, for you to use it as an option to get your tips to stick. Now I'm just cutting them to size, so I'm going long. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but these are the longest nails that I have ever worn. They look amazing, but they're really freaking long, but I'm enjoying them. So I'm just using my scissors. I wouldn't suggest using a scissors because this tip has a slight curve to it. Using a straight scissors kind of fractures the tip, but I don't really mind, and you can't really see the fracture. But if that's something that bothers you, definitely use a tip cutter because it has that rounded edge, or a rounded nail clipper. So I'm going in with my Tammy Taylor peel and stick file. I like to use it especially with these tips because these tips are really thick, and as you can see, I applied it to the very tip of my fingernails. So I need a file that's going to be very stiff and strong so that I'm not wobbling my fingers around because it's kind of painful. And as you can see, I'm bracing my fingers. Last time I used these tips on my Valentine's set, I will link that in the cards. It came out really gorgeous. I actually injured myself during the filing process because I didn't brace the nail, and I was filing it like it was a regular length nail, and it actually pulled my finger, my nail away from the nail bed, and it was so painful. So as you can see, I am bracing the crap out of these nails as I'm filing. I'm going for a tapered square shape. That is a shape that I prefer. As I cut the tips down, it gave me more of like a straight rectangle kind of square shape, but I like it to be tapered just a slight amount. So that's what I'm doing right now with this hand file. I'm also going to be blending the tips a bit, just surface filing the area from the tip to my natural nail. I'm not filing my natural nails. I'm filing just that smile line, I guess you can call it, of the tip, so that there's just a smoother transition. You don't want that huge lump, I guess, there from the tip on your nail. So I'm going to be doing that. Yeah, I'm just excited about the set. I still really enjoy them, and I actually haven't cut them down since doing this set, but yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. So prior to filming, I had already gone in and prepped my natural nails, so they have been cleaned. I got rid of my dead skin, cuticles, everything, buffed the nail. We are going in with the priming system. This is the Mia Secret Dehydrator, the Extra Bond, and then a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond. As you can see on the table below, I've got lots of fun, gorgeous things. that I'm ready to use. I don't end up using it all, but what I do end up using, and you know, just gave me a really, really gorgeous set. So I'm just making sure to give my nails, the natural nails, a nice coating, especially of the primer. We want really, really good adhesion, especially because these nails are really long. I want to avoid lifting as much as possible. So here I'm just going in with a thin coat of the Young Nails Protein Bond, double priming. It works for me. You do what works for you. So the first step that I'm going to do is make sure to get a nice, smooth, clear acrylic base. I like to do this all the time. It helps with removal, so that I can see, you know, where to stop e-filing when taking down the nails, and it helps to protect my natural nail. And finally, it helps, you're going to see that I'm carrying the product, the clear acrylic, down all the way the length of the tip. That's because when I remove sets, sometimes I can be a little bit aggressive when removing acrylic from the free edge of the nail. So I might damage the tip, and I think that it just helps me to also know when to stop filing so that I don't like weaken the tip. That happens a lot. So since I started carrying the acrylic down to the free edge all the way down the length of the nail, I've had less of that occurring. So that's what I'm doing here. All of the nails are going to get a full length coat of this clear acrylic layer. Once that is done, it is time for the fun stuff. So this set I have been wanting to try for a long time, ever since I did that Valentine's Day flower and rose and foil set for Valentine's Day with these long nails. I've been in love with the idea of just encapsulating flowers, and as it's getting warmer and it's springtime, I'm just like, we need to do more of this. So I might make this a thing and do like flower encapsulated sets with like different color schemes and vibes, because I love it so much. It's so pretty and just gorgeous, right? So I'm going in with this really, really gorgeous light lavender purple. It is called Lovely Lavender. This is an iGel Beauty color, actually. It's one of the first ones that I've actually ever got from iGel Beauty. It's one of the first acrylics I ever purchased. I'm fairly still new to nails, so this is a good one. I actually haven't used it yet, so it was a good way to, you know, get into it. And as you can see, it's a really, really lovely sheer kind of lavender purple. And then I'm using this Young Nails acrylic that I got in the mystery haul from last November. It was a mystery box of acrylics, I think. Was it? I'm not sure. But it's a Young Nails acrylic called Cover Cherry Blossom. It's also my first time using this as well. And it's a really, really gorgeous kind of salmon kind of pink. It's not necessarily like a true pink. I would say it's more of a salmon pink, but it's on the sheerer side. It is a cover, so you do get really good coverage. So I placed a ombre of the pink to the purple to a clear tip, so the tip of the nail is clear, and I'm going to be using glue to attach or to get these flower pieces to stick. So the first one I'm doing is these really, really sheer petals. I paid for this box of flowers on Amazon, and it came with like these two really huge Tupperware containers of dried flowers, and it had such a variety in there, and these flowers were some of the ones that were in there. So I just kind of pulled them from their stems, and they're these sheer kind of rounded petal flowers with like veins in them. You see a lot of people using them in their nails. So I pulled some really, really sheer pink ones, and then at the bottom of the container I saw that there were some pink ones that had hints of blue or like lavender in them. So I thought it would be perfect to use on this set. So I'm alternating using those pink ones, a little bit of those violety purpley ones. As you can see on the table, I've got some I think my glue bottle closed up. I've got some baby's breath flowers that I actually saved from my birthday. So that's a piece of baby's breath. If you receive flowers, note to self, always save your flowers. Like I do too now. Anytime I receive flowers for either my birthday or for Christmas or Valentine's Day or anything like that, I say thank you. I enjoy them until the flowers are like dead. And then when they're really, really crispy, I actually store them in like Ziploc bags. So I have tons of flowers all over the place. So these baby's breath are actually from my birthday from last year. So I'm finally, you know, getting to use them, which is really funny. As you can see, I'm placing another pink one, and it's really cool using the glue. Normally I would try to use acrylic to stick these flowers. I think I do because my glue actually kind of ran out before I was done with this set. But it's really, really easy to use the glue. The glue dries fairly quickly. So I'm basically scattering these flowers all over the nail from the purple area of that ombre all the way covering that clear free edge, and it came out really pretty. One thing to keep in mind is because these flowers are so sheer is that when I'm done with the set, or when I was done with the set and top coating, you kind of can't really see the flowers because they are so sheer. So I would suggest, if you want this to be a little bit more impactful, to just use a more opaque flower. In the meantime though, these looked really, really pretty. As you can see, the purpley lavender kind of petals and the pink petals look really, really gorgeous. With the colored acrylics that I chose, is like a perfect match. So that was really exciting. So I'm adding tiny little white baby's breath flowers, and then tiny little white, I don't know what kind of flowers. They're like really, really tiny, like field flowers that I got. So the large pink and purple flowers that you see on my table, I actually got from the Two Guys website. It is a flat pack of dried flowers that come in a color coordinated set. So there's pink and purple. You can get one in yellow and green. I've seen the ones in white. I have that as well. If you want, I believe I've seen them on AliExpress as well. I feel like everything you can buy in a boutique nail shop online, you can really get on AliExpress. It just depends on if you want to wait the month and a half it's going to take to arrive. Some things I will say are worth the wait. Like my bling boxes, I'm so glad that I didn't, you know, spend $130 on a bling box when I got it for 30, 40 bucks. And it took a month to come. That month is well worth that, you know, not spending $130 on a bling box. But yeah, I've seen for sure those flat flower packs on AliExpress, or you can just check out the link down below. I got mine from the Two Guys. I'm also going in with some gold foil. You know, I love me some foil and I love gold. Rose gold is my favorite. I might try this again with rose gold, but I'm using regular gold foil, and I'm encapsulating, my favorite thing to do, I'm encapsulating pixie beads. So I've got some crystal AB pixie beads that you mostly see people using over the top of the nail. I actually have a video where I did that with a client. We did like a nice soft nude luxurious baby boomer set, and we encapsulated one of the nails in these gorgeous pixies. But I really like to encapsulate them. It just gives you a certain sparkle of something in the nail, and it helps because when you encapsulate it, you get a smooth surface, so you don't have to worry about the pixies kind of scratching you. So I'm using really, really wet beads of acrylic, and then just placing those pixie beads all over the nail, just for a little bit of sparkle. And I just think it just took it to the next level and just made it, you know, ethereal and pretty, and just, I really love it. So I'm going to be doing a little something different on this middle finger. I'm starting off with a big old dollop of glue, and at first I was going to use that dark pink flower, but I said, you know what, let's try the purple, and I'm so glad that I did because it just worked so well with that lovely lavender acrylic color. I am using the glue to kind of adhere this half flower to the corner or the side of my nail. I want it to look like it's just growing out of the side of the nail. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just making sure that it dries with the glue. It does take some time. I do go in with additional glue just to kind of adhere certain petals in certain places, but once it dries, you can, or you can just go ahead and use that hurry up spray as well to get it to stick. And then I'm just gonna go in and do what I did on the other fingers, adding those petals. So this is a completely clear nail. There's no acrylic color base on it. I'm just gonna be using those petals, and as you can see, there's a petal that's like partially pink, partially purple. I'm using the pink ones, and as you can see, that pink one kind of disappeared on the nail because it's just so sheer. So yeah, if you're gonna try this set, I would just suggest using more opaque flowers. These little veiny pink and purple flowers are really, really pretty, but they don't really do anything in terms of coverage. So if you want more coverage, just use a more opaque flower. But yeah, I'm just gonna be using those, the pink and purpley ones, and then some baby's breath, some little white, tiny little daisy flowers. I'm gonna add some gold foil and then some pixie beads, and then move on to the rest of the set. As you can see, the pixie beads are just making things look so pretty. I mean, sparkle, who doesn't love sparkle, right? So I'm adding these really wet beads of clear acrylic. I'm just throwing those pixie beads on wherever, and then that's pretty much it. And then as you can see, I've got some flower petals hanging off the edge of my nail. I'm just gonna use my hand to either rip it or I'm just gonna snip off excess flowers or pieces that are kind of sticking off the nail with my scissors before moving on. On my pinky and my pointer finger, we're just going to be doing a simple 2-color ombre. I'm going to be using that lovely lavender purple color on the free edge of the nail, and then that cover cherry blossom color on the cuticle area of the nail. Once that ombre is nice and blended, I will be then using some more clear acrylic to adhere some more of those pixie beads onto the nail, kind of in a swirling pattern, nothing crazy. I'm not, being super specific as to where I'm placing those beads. I am just placing them wherever I want there to be additional sparkle. On my thumb, I will redo what I did on my ring finger, so the ombre from the pink to the purple to the clear, and then adding the flowers to encapsulate as well. And I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. It is so pretty and just soft and feminine, and I am in love with this set. So the next thing that we have to do to protect all of this goodness is to clear cap. So I'm clear capping these nails, and when encapsulating things like this with a whole bunch of textures and different, you know, layers of items, it is best to work as thin and watery as possible at first. As you can see on my thumb, I did not do that. I'm going in with my normal clear cap method, but soon, as you can see on other fingers, I'm going to be using first a really wet bead of acrylic to kind of just smush it around all of the items. This will just help to lock everything down and to make sure that there's acrylic around everything rather than trying to brush your product down. You want to work more wet when encapsulating a ton of pieces like this. Look how long my thumb is, guys. Like, that's such a long thumb. These are the longest nails I've ever worn, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get longer, honestly. Also, definitely let me know if you like different music in this video. So I tried something different, and I have different songs playing in the background. I just figured I'd try something different. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, hey, you know, I can go back to my old thing and just play one vibe of a song in a video. But yeah, we're just clear capping all of these nails. After wrapping up the clear cap on my pinky, look at that gorgeous application, beautiful apex. I mean, I'm just so proud of my progress. You know, I've been doing nails now a year and it just gets better every time. I'm really, really proud of the progress. Next I'm gonna do is go back in with that Tammy Taylor file. It is 100 grit, so it's got a bit of grit on it, and I'm going to be filing all of my nails to maintain that nice tapered square shape and to make sure that the free edge is nice and square. We don't want it to be looking wonky. I try to do my best when doing the clear cap, especially to clean my sidewalls as I'm going. I'm perpetually cleaning those sidewalls because I don't want to do too much filing after, and it looked pretty good. I will not be including my filing of the whole hand because we will be here legit forever. I actually left it in the video at first, and the video was like 2 hours long, and I was like, all right, you guys don't really need to see me filing everything. You kind of get the point of filing. After that, I'm going in with my E file. I have it at a medium to high speed. My Coupa Me file does not have an LED display or a dial, it's not information, but like numbers around the dial, so I actually don't know how fast my e-file is going, but it's more of a medium to high speed, and I'm using a non-safety narrow carbide bit. It is a medium carbide bit, and I decided to use a medium just because I do have to debulk in some spaces. So especially on the thumb, wherever, especially where I put those baby's breath flowers, because they were a little bit more bulky and did not lay flat on the nail, when encapsulating you can kind of feel it on the surface of the nail. So I'm just making sure to shave off anything, even the pixies that may not be completely smooth under that acrylic. I do not mind shaving off a few flower petals, but I just want the nail to be nice and smooth. I'm debulking wherever I need to push the apex where it needs to go, and then I'm cleaning the sidewalls and cuticle area to make sure that it is not, there's no product touching the skin. We don't want that. Again, I'm only going to show you one nail. It's kind of the same thing. In every video, I'm being uber careful, going around from right to left, cleaning, here you go, cleaning my sidewall and cuticle area to make sure that there's a separation from the skin and the product. I'm not going to bore you by showing you the whole hand. Plus, these nails are really long and there was a lot of filing, so you kind of get the idea. And here we are with the dusty shot. I think they look great. We're snapping for magic. And this is what the set looks like after I have cleaned off the nails. They look so beautiful. And you want to know why they look great, guys? Because of the pixies. I'm saying it. Encapsulate pixies, it just takes sets to the next level. Last thing we're doing today is glossy top coating these nails. You know I love a matte nail, but these nails definitely need to be glossy to admire all of the work that we put in and all of the items that we actually put into the nail. So I'm using the Young Nails Manicure top coat. It is not a no wipe, so you do have to wipe this off after curing. I'm going to cure for a full minute in my LED lamp and then make sure to wipe off the inhibition layer that is released after after the gel is hardened. No biggie, that's what happens with some top coats. I'm also going to be going underneath the nails, especially on the 3 that have encapsulated flowers, because it is a clear glass type nail. I want it to be super clear. We can see all the way through and see the beautiful flowers just floating in that beautiful nail. So I'm going to apply a top coat to the top and bottom of the nails, cure, wipe off that inhibition layer, and then the set is basically done. So this set was so gorgeous. I had to give you 2 shots. Here we are with the nails. You can see how long they are compared to me. And then this is it in like daylight. It is so gorgeous and so beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's longer than normal, but I just had to. Look at how beautiful it is. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this one because it's just so great. And my nails are getting longer, so like for that as well. Like if you like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.